Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. My name is James and today we're going to go ahead and sit down and talk to you guys about the latest news in regards to Reading Football Club. Now apologies, there has been no video over the last week or so. I'm just a very busy man these days and unfortunately videos will be lacking a little bit as they were in previous summers. Yeah, look, I'm just very busy at the moment, so yeah, look, I'll still be here. I'll still try and make videos at least once a week. But yeah, that is about to the extent of what I can do at the moment. But we're here today to talk about the Reading news, not myself. And the biggest piece of news overall, as you can probably tell from the title, is that Joel Pereira will be extending his stay with Reading Football Club. He has signed a new 3-year contract that keeps him at the club until 2028. This was one of the most vital signings of the summer for Reading, was keeping hold of Reading's number one. El Gato will be a player at Reading until 2028. When you take a look at the impact that Joel Pereira had at Reading last season, like I said, it's one of the most important signings of this off-season. 40 games last year for Pereira with 13 clean sheets. He had an average rating of a 7.26 and without doubt was definitely the goalkeeper of the season last year. You've got your Sam Tickles, you've got your other goalkeepers in the league, but for me, Joel Pereira was the number one. He single-handedly gave Reading points last season, and without him Reading would have been a much worse off position. So to have Pereira staying at the club is a fantastic bit of business. Now the next bit does tie into the goalkeepers, and that's that Robert Shea has been confirmed as the new goalkeeping coach. This comes after Tony Warner left to go ahead and join Wigan. He was at Reading for 4 years and Shea will be replacing him. Robert Shea is someone that is familiar with the surroundings of Bearwood as he is Reading's academy goalkeeping coach, so that vacancy will now be open. But look, it's good to see us promoting from within. Noel Hunt obviously trusts Shea as he obviously worked with him previously as the under-21s manager. And yeah, that vacancy has now been filled. The next piece of news isn't a good one, unfortunately. It's that Amadou Mbengue is potentially leaving the club. That's right, the rumoured club that are set to sign Mbengue are Watford. For me, it's a little bit of a sideways step, if I'm being completely honest, for Mbengue. Yes, you can make the case that obviously Watford are a bigger club than Reading because they're in the Championship and Reading are in League One. And obviously you've got the previous history of Watford in the Premier League. But for me, it's a little bit of a sideways step just based off the trajectories that both clubs are going to be going in. Watford go through at least 3 managers a season, and it's a constant cycle of just nothingness happening at Watford at the moment. Obviously, they were in the midst of a little bit of a playoff battle last year, but I feel like this year they'll be fighting for relegation. And look, for me, Reading will be one of the stronger teams in League One, and they'll be fighting for promotion. So for Mbengue, look, I think it's a bit of a sideways move, but when you take a factor into the finances and stuff like that, the wages are obviously going to be higher at Championship level. Now, there's other clubs that are rumoured to be in for Reading's centre-back, including QPR and Charlton. But like I said, it will be an absolutely massive loss if Mbengue were to go. It'll be huge as well because Reading's centre-back pairing of Amadou Mbengue and Tyler Bindon, both leaving the club in the summer, is not a good bit of business for the Royals. Now, for me, who do we replace Mbengue with? Well, obviously, we know that Shea Ajayi is someone that has been linked with Reading for the last couple of months, and Paulie O'Connor as well is someone that Reading have been rumoured to be wanting to sign. So look, if you're able to get these players in, potentially it could be a new centre-back partnership. So, specifically as well, Lincoln's O'Connor is one that I would love Reading to pick up. Obviously, I would love for Mbengue to stay, but I could obviously understand if he would want to move on. But look, for me, Mbengue is one of Reading's best players, and I'd be gutted to see him leave. Now, the next bit of transfer business is a potential incoming, and this was reported today. Alan Nixon has reported that Warren Davis of Drogheda is set, or potentially is set to move to Reading. Now, Reading are rumoured to hold interest in Davis. He's 20 years old and is an Ireland under-21 international. He's available for 100,000 plus, and so far this season has got 7 goals and 1 assist across 20 matches in the League of Ireland. He's primarily is a striker. And has a goal every 0.42, every per 90, 0.42 goals are scored for Davis. Now, look, for me, a lot of Reading fans will be excited about this one because of our previous history with Ireland. Obviously, we've had the likes of Kevin Doyle, Shane Long, Noel Hunt, Stephen Hunt, all representing Reading, who are from the Republic of Ireland. And for me, look, I would take Davis as well. It's a punt. It's a signing that reminds me of the old Reading. Obviously, I know nothing about Warren Davis, if I'm being completely honest, but Look, for me, it's another signing. It's also a striker, something that Reading are lacking. Obviously, we've got Jaden Wareham potentially set to sign another contract, but you don't know what he is going to be like next season as the #1 striker for Reading, if that is the case. But look, for me, Warren Davis is a decent option. Again, know nothing about him, but based off his statistics and his numbers, look, 7 goals and assists across 20 games with 18 starts. It's not bad numbers. Now, the last little bit I want to touch on is that Yakou Mate has been released from Cardiff City. Personally, would love to see Mate back at the club. He's a character, and for me, as someone that's consistently played football for Cardiff over the last 2 years, there's always been a few doubts about his injury history and whether or not he can complete a full season. But for me, Yakou Mate is someone that if he drops down to League One, will be a level above everyone else. His physicality will be able to cope with this division, and I also think that him, in terms of his finishing ability, would be better for League One as well. And yeah, I would love to see Yakou Mate rejoin Reading. That's going to be it for this video today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been James, and we'll see you all again very soon. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.